In her day, Sarah Emily Creighton provided much support for the St. Joseph's Hospital and the research and care provided at the institution. It is fitting that our next honoree is from the School of Medicine, since she continues to lead the legacy of research and care that Sarah Emily would have been fond of. Dr. Diane Cullen is a professor of biomedical sciences and is a well-funded and well-published researcher, serving as a role model for women in medicine and science. She has been intentional about stepping into leadership roles within a school that has, at times, been heavily led by men. She knows how important it is to work towards breaking the glass ceiling within medicine and science. Dr. Cullen is also a strong supporter of women's athletics at Creighton, having been a student athlete herself just as Title IX was being implemented in the 1970s. To learn more about Dr. Cullen, I invite Dr. Jennifer Tilleman from the Department of Pharmacy Practice to the podium. Dr. Tilleman.
Thank you, Katie, and the Committee on the Status of Women for giving me this opportunity to say a few words about Dr. Diane Cullen. Dr. Cullen began her career at Creighton in 1989 as a postdoctoral fellow in the Osteoporosis Research Center, studying bone histology. After the fellowship, she then became a faculty member in the School of Medicine and the Biomedical Sciences. Currently, Dr. Cullen teaches clinical anatomy to the medicine students and is also an advisor for PhD students. In addition to her teaching responsibilities, Dr. Cullen has multiple publications and grants that she has accomplished. Through her work, Dr. Cullen is a role model and mentor for women interested in working in the sciences. One theme that emerged from Dr. Cullen's nominators was her quiet, unassuming manner of mentoring women in their journey in science. One nominator stated that Dr. Cullen not only works with the students to improve their science and laboratory skills, but also in preparing them to reach their goals. She offers her time and advice on interviewing skills, presentation technique, and how to be more marketable for schools of medicine or graduate schools. Another stated, Dr. Cullen does not talk the talk, but rather walks the walk and quietly goes about her duties without fanfare. This to me is the real measure of a role model. By working in the trenches, largely unnoticed and uncomplainingly, she is a woman who serves as the ultimate role model to her peers, particularly young women coming through the ranks. Another theme that surfaced was Dr. Cullen's support of women in athletics. Dr. Cullen played women's basketball as an undergraduate student at the State University of New York College at Brockport. She was inducted into their Athletic Hall of Fame in 1994. Dr. Cullen is an avid supporter of Creighton women's athletics, particularly women's volleyball and women's basketball. According to her nominators, Dr. Cullen relates many stories of how being a female athlete has changed since the implementation of Title IX. It is women like Dr. Cullen who paved the way for all female athletes. To conclude, I would like to quote one of her nominators. Dr. Cullen is an extremely insightful woman of faith whose presence and wisdom has made a difference to others as she too seeks to find the answers to life's questions that all of us as human beings ask and wonder about. Please join me in welcoming my friend and colleague, Dr. Diane Cullen.
Well, I guess I don't have to say anything. Everybody already gave my speech for me. But good afternoon, and let me first congratulate Megan and Jim, fellow awardees this year. I'd also like to welcome my special friends and colleagues that are here to help me celebrate today. I was speechless, but I managed to get a speech written here. But I'm very humbled to receive this award. I looked at the list, and it's on the back of the menus of all the previous awardees, and it's a very, very impressive list, and I'm honored to be added to that list. First, I'd like to thank my generous colleagues that nominated me, and I'd like to thank the Committee on the Status of Women for choosing me for this award. It does leave me speechless. Second, I need to thank the people that have loved me and mentored me and advised me and stood by me throughout the years. First, my parents. They shared their faith and values with me. They believed in me and encouraged me in whatever I wanted to do. My husband, Patrick, many of you know him, he expanded my horizons in many, many ways. But one of the most important things he taught me was about God's love and how to share that love with other people. And so for that, I'm always thankful. As been said, I've lived most of my life in a man's world, from Catholic grammar school to athletics and then into science. I started out as a high school basketball player when we didn't have a court and we didn't have uniforms and we had pregnant basketballs. I was looking at your basketballs the other day, Jim, and I don't think the students today know what a pregnant basketball is, but us oldies do. That's all we got from the men. My high school basketball coach, Barb, is here with me today. She taught me so much. She was my first role model, and now she's one of my best friends. She taught me how to be a team player, how to work hard to achieve success, and she taught me how to stand up for what's right. She showed me how to challenge the status quo for the good of my students, and for that I'm ever grateful. I've stood up for women's athletics for most of my life, and it amazes and pleases me to see how far women have come in the last 40 years. Although I haven't coached since I've been at Creighton, I've had the honor to work with some of the student athletes in my lab, and that's been very, very much fun. It gave me a chance to get to know them. I came to Creighton. I was blessed to be invited to Creighton in 1989 as a postdoctoral fellow, and it was an incredible opportunity for me. For the past 18 years, I'd been at public universities. I really looked forward to being at a place where I could speak openly about God and faith, and I really anticipated learning about my religion and my faith as an adult. Little did I know about the Jesuits or contemplative prayer or the spiritual exercises and where they'd lead me. Father Gillick was crucial in my spiritual development, which is still ongoing. Father Gillick was also crucial in getting my husband Patrick and I together. He was the only one who knew my name, and Pat couldn't understand how he knew who he was talking about when he asked for my name. The Jesuits and their approach to prayer and daily life has had a profound impact on me. They've helped me to appreciate that the people and the interruptions in my day are at least as important as the deadlines and the accomplishments that come with teaching and research. And for that, I'm very grateful. For 20 years, I worked in the Osteoporosis Research Center doing full-time research. And during that time, I had the good fortune to work with around 40 different students. And I watched them complete projects, and I watched them present their data, and had the pleasure of watching them go on to medical school, graduate school, and I even had one go on to law school. And it was a blessing to watch them grow and to experience Creighton through their eyes. I had a lot of dedicated technicians, and they were crucial not just to getting the work done, but helping with the development of these students. We developed teams, and these teams challenged me constantly to listen, to be flexible, and learn how to adapt. And so they were a big part of my formation. Now I'm in the biomedical sciences department and work with wonderful colleagues in the medical school. Today, my graduate students challenge me to expand my knowledge. The medical students constantly challenge my teaching abilities and my creativity. I thank my chairman, Dr. Yee, for all that he's done for me, and my faculty colleagues that I work with. They're excellent mentors and role models for me. They listen to my crazy ideas and help me develop workable plans, so they're very good sounding boards. I thank the Office of Medical Education for all their support. They're eager and energetic and more than willing to help me try new things. I especially thank Alice Smith and Kate Pogge and Jackie Foster for all their support that makes the teaching so easy in the medical school. And daily I try and thank Ann Bryan, who is in the Iacuk office, and her hard work gives me time enough to listen to some of the faculty problems and actually try and facilitate their research amid all the rules and regulations that we have to live by. You've heard me use the word challenge a lot. I'm a competitive person by nature, and I usually have high expectations for myself and for the people that I work with. And sometimes that's challenging for these other people. But I suppose I'm a role model because I work hard towards my goals, and I try and help other people identify their goals and then achieve them. I've had several excellent male mentors along the way, but it's difficult to find female mentors and role models in science. And I've been really blessed here at Creighton to meet a lot of women who have been role models and who have supported me. They've encouraged me, they've encouraged me to be myself, and they've shown me how to navigate the waters, and for that I'm very thankful. I try to pay it forward. I try to encourage and facilitate other people's goals. I try and identify opportunities for people so that they can advance, and I try to help them find their way around hurdles when they're discouraged. I've always loved the chorus from one of the Beatles songs. I won't sing it because I'm tone deaf, so I won't put you through that, but it's, oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm going to try with a little help from my friends. And friends are so important to my life and to who I am. Sitting at my table are a few of my friends who have mentored and supported me throughout my life. Scattered through the room are many more friends and colleagues who are important to my life daily here at Creighton. And then there's others that aren't here today. These friends have all held my hand when I needed support, and now they're here to help me celebrate. I'm truly blessed, and I thank you.